Okay guys, so if you're still not making sales on Etsy, even after putting in loads of time and loads of effort into your shop, then I promise you there are reasons for this. And in today's video, I'm gonna share with you some really interesting results from A/B testing that I've been carrying out on my own personal Etsy shop to actually prove to you what works to get your sales back up to where they should be. So if you're new here, my name's Alfie. I've started multiple different Etsy businesses with some pretty good revenue, and now I'm just sharing everything I've learned along the way directly with you guys to hopefully improve your Etsy sales. So let's get into the first thing that is going to categorically improve your shop, and this is of course imagery. So I want to show you some real life examples here of the impact that imagery can have to your Etsy sales. So see these two mug listings here, okay? Both of them are for the exact same product, the same title, the same price, listed pretty much around the same time, as you can see by the listing renew date, but you can see pretty clearly that one of them has a hell of a lot more sales than the other one. And what's the difference here? It's of course the thumbnail image and the image that's actually used to get people to click on the listing. And you know, if you've watched any of my content before, I've said this a million times. If nobody clicks on your listing, they will never even get the chance to buy your listing, no matter how good everything else is that you do. But this is all just information that you've heard before, right? And you've fixed all your images and you're still not making sales. But well, this is where things actually get a little bit complicated. And it's what a lot of YouTubers don't tend to share with you. So I just want you now to take a look at some of these other A/B tests with thumbnail images that I've been running. So if you look at these two listings here, you can see the same image style that done really good for the first mug example I just shown, didn't even get a single visit in this next example. But the more basic image without any hands in the primary image did get a lot of clicks and a lot of sales. And then to be even more transparent, I want you to look at this third A/B test that I ran, again with two different style thumbnail images, and everything else in the listing's the exact same. You can see one of them did make slightly more sales than the other one, but not by much. You know, nothing that you would hang your hat on and say that's a substantial win either way. So when it comes to images, the answer is pretty complicated, okay? Number one, yes, of course, you need the highest quality images possible. This should go without saying, but it's also very important to mention that different images tend to do much better than others, depending massively on the actual product and the target audience that you're actually trying to sell to. So this is why when it comes to images, it is so important, people, to test. Because I could advise you to use one image style, but the audience that you're selling to or the sort of product you're trying to sell could work so much better with a completely different image style. So that's the images out the way, and now I want to move on to something which is just as important, and this is your search engine optimization, SEO. And because it's hard to actually put into words just how important SEO actually is for your listings, again, I've been carrying out more A/B tests to actually get results to prove to you how much of an impact SEO makes. So as you can see here, I created two different Etsy listings using the exact same images, listing them for the exact same price, but the only difference, however, is the SEO strategy which I used. So you can see here, one listing, I just used the same strategy I use for every single Etsy product that I've always sold on all of my stores. And for the other listing, I used a very basic SEO. You see, it's literally just pretty much a few words in the title, and that's literally about it. And the same applied to the tags as well. So again, on one listing, I just maintained and used the exact SEO strategy which I would always use. And then you can see here on the other listing, I just stuck one tag, you know, just for the fun of it. But the point I was trying to make is that one listing has good SEO and the other listing doesn't. So let's check out the results for this one. Because, you know, if SEO doesn't matter, then both of these listings should have pretty similar stats, right? Well, take a look at this. You can see here that one listing, the listing with good SEO, done pretty well, but shockingly, the listing with pretty much no SEO at all was basically completely untouched. Not a single visit in the last 30 days. So yeah, SEO is very important, guys. And I'm not just gonna leave you hanging. I'm gonna show you now, just quickly, exactly what I do to do my SEO strategy for all of my listings. So I do personally use Etsy SEO research apps. I always say you don't need to. I like to use them because they save me so much time and I get a lot more consistent results when I do use these research apps. So the one that I use is Everbee. So I literally just go on here, go on the product research feature, I type in whatever product type or whatever product title it is which I'm trying to sell, and then what Everbee's gonna do is show me loads of the best selling products on Etsy that are either very similar or the same to the product which I've typed in that I'm trying to sell. Gives you all the stats on them. It's really good. And then what I'll do for SEO is I'll just click into one of these bestseller listings, and then if you scroll down a little bit, you can see all of the tags that this listing is using, okay? And the best thing about this is there's a button, you can click it once, and it's gonna copy all of the tags, so you can literally then go into your own listing, paste in all the tags from the bestseller that you know works well from Etsy, and then you can just use them in your own listing. And of course, if you need to, you can tweak 1 or 2 keywords, but literally at the click of a fingers, this is all your tags and SEO keywords done for you in 1 click of a button. And in addition to this on Everbee, you can also use their keyword research tool feature where you can literally just type in keywords, search them, and it'll show you all of the search volumes compared to the competition for the given keyword that you've typed in. And it's also gonna throw up some additional keyword suggestions that you can then look at exploring and use in your listing as well. So like I said, you don't need these apps technically, but I promise you, if you do use one of them, your life will become just 100 times easier. And if you guys wanted to check out Everbee for free, there's a sponsored link in the video description. So now let's move on to something else, which is just as important as your images and your SEO. And this is of course, the number of listings that you have in your store that are high quality. So I'll show you the stats from the tests that I've been carrying out for this one. However, first, I just want to say that I've been studying the top 100 stores on Etsy for an upcoming video. And one thing that I've noticed, which is the same for pretty much all of those top 100 stores, is the number of listings that these stores have. So every single one of these best-selling Etsy stores have hundreds, if not thousands of Etsy listings, guys, okay? And something I heard another big Etsy YouTuber say recently on a YouTube video is that the top 1% of Etsy sellers are posting on average 7 new product listings every single day. But I do want to show you some practical results now and some stats from one of my personal stores to try and show you exactly what I mean here. So you can see here, this is a brand new print-on-demand Etsy clothing store, which I've just recently made. And you can see these stats from the first month for the store. So I've been uploading listings on a daily basis, and you can see corresponding pretty much day by day, there is definitely a very positive trend going upwards when it comes to the amount of visits and the amount of views to my Etsy shop. And so this is a brand new Etsy store which hasn't been running long, and as you can see here, I've only put up 51 listings so far, which I think I was averaging around about 2 to 3 listings a day on this one. But I can tell you this, not just from this store, but from every store that I've made, any Etsy seller you speak to that's had good success, the more listings you put on your store that are high quality, that are in the right direction, based off of testing and based off of what you can see is working well with your previous listings, I promise you, keep going in this direction and you will see an improvement in your sales and a massive upturn in traffic to your Etsy shop. And now I want to add another huge point here. This is something that I see especially gets an awful lot of new Etsy sellers, and this is that the Etsy algorithm takes time to register changes and actually process the quality ranking of your Etsy store. So just to put your mind at ease, I've had listings as well sometimes that I've put up and they just do nothing. They're just a dead duck in the water for sometimes 3 months, 4 months, and then all of a sudden they start getting picked up in the Etsy algorithm a little bit, and then suddenly they start really picking up and making a lot of sales. And you know, I've been there as a new seller before, not having a lot of success. And when you're checking your stats every day and you're not seeing a lot change and you're putting new listings up and they're getting no visits, it can be demoralizing, I know. I just want to say to you, keep going and keep doing things right, because these things take time to register. And I just want to say, I've started multiple different businesses on Etsy now. This has always been the way, it's very consistent. I like to think I've got a pretty good grasp of how things work on Etsy now. So yeah, I don't say these things for no reason. Just keep doing things right. Don't give up. I promise you, it can be seriously life-changing in the long run if you just stick at it. So yeah, like always guys, if you wanted to work directly with me on a one-to-one coaching basis, then I'll leave a link in the video description to book in a free consultation call, see if we're a good fit to work together. You know, I've started seeing some really good success with my students now that I'm very proud of, and it's something that I just absolutely love to do. So yeah, I just want to say thanks so much for watching. Keep going with your entrepreneur journey, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, guys.